Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Little Blue Fly. If this is your first time visiting and you like what you see, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to press the bell and select all to be notified of new postings. I noticed we received an abundance of subscribers over the weekend, and I would like to take a moment to recognize this significance and welcome you all to the Little Blue Flies family. I am so thankful and I love you all. Today, I will be creating a garden potting shed vignette and sharing a wonderful new treasure I just received. That being said, let's begin, shall we? We will start by decorating this area right here on top of my buffet. I placed the potting shed sign from Michael's up on top of the shutters with some green garland from Target. The first thing I'm adding is this 3-tiered tray, actually stand, from Mackenzie Childs, and I placed her Courtney check charger plates on top of each level. To the left, I added a gathering basket. I showed 2 of them in my haul. I'm actually using the smaller one. And in the center, a topiary that I did put together myself, and I will link the video at the end of this video if you would like to go take a look on how to create some yourself. Inside the basket, I added 2 types of greenery. Both of them came from Michael's. A couple bundles of leaves and floral. On the top of the tray, I placed 2 terracotta pots on their sides. In the center, I have 3 more placed face down. I purchased these from Walmart. The others were purchased years ago from a shop in California. And on the bottom, a couple more terracotta pots and one with purple lavender type flowers in it. Well, it's not lavender. I'm not quite sure the name of the floral, but it did come from Michael's. And then finally, I placed this sweet little primitive birdhouse. Now this is really needing a little bit of color to it, so let's get started with it. I'm going to be using 2 of these floral bushels that have been wrapped with willow sticks right up at the top. Perfect. And then I added a greenery ball from Hobby Lobby up front at the terracotta pots. Next, I'm going to add these sweet little daisy florals. Actually, it's just one. I purchased from Joann's as well. The colors coming together nicely now. And then one more thing up front. I will be adding this dried pressed lavender. The frame came from Hobby Lobby. That touch of black just really even helps set off the coloring some more. So now I'm going to be working with a couple of frames. I'll start with this antique frame that I thrifted from a store some time back. And I have a DIY on how I did the aged painting on this piece. I just placed it diagonally inside the basket. Now I do have a video on this, on how I created the aging process on this frame, and I will link that as well. If you're interested, you can go take a look at that. I just like that added gold aged color into this vignette. So I decided to add another frame. It was thrifted as well. And inside this frame, I placed some of my vintage postcards that were purchased on eBay. And down in the basket, I placed another terracotta pot with a greenery ball on top from Hobby Lobby. And I will be taking you in for a closer view. I just needed to add more interest. So this is starting to come together nicely. But every potting shed needs to have this. Soil. So inside the apothecary jar, I did place some soil. So standing back, taking a look, I see on the left-hand shutter, I will be placing something. It's looking a little too bare there for my liking. So I decided to add this wonderful basket that I just purchased from the Fresh Market. It's just the perfect shape and size, color. I just love it. And inside it, I placed what I call pond grass. Because as a little girl growing up in California, summer days were just magical, and always the adventure at Mickey Mouse Hill. The pond was always seen as a place of meetup in the afternoon as us children quickly ripped off our shoes and cooled off playing in the waters with pond scum coming up between our toes. There was something refreshing about that. Mom at times would ask us children to bring her home some cattails and pond grass that she would place in her copper bucket. Now I am grown, but always that little girl at heart. Mama's no longer here, but I look at this grass and I can still hear her voice saying, "Bevy, would you please bring me home some cattails?" Life is a journey, a beautiful journey. We are given a birth date when we enter this world, and another when we leave. It's the dash between the dates that I personally plan on making the most magical. Now I'm taking you along with me as I open up this new treasure. I have been waiting and waiting for this to arrive. And so the adventure begins. This is just going to be the most perfect addition to this setting. Actually, just in my life, period. A wonderful leather journal. It is going to be my art and garden journal. Look at these pages. Wonderfully aged. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous book. Soft leather on the inside. It's put together so well. I will be adding in some artwork that I do, sketches of my garden, or just a sweet thought that I just might want to jot down. All the leather detailing, it's just gorgeous. I purchased this from Amazon and I will share the link. And I placed it up at top in my basket. Many more journeys and adventures will be placed in this journal, and I personally invite you all along in my travels. Just a perfect addition. Up top, I placed one of my vintage postcards because it's waiting for me to sit down in a quiet, peaceful place, preferably with breeze on my face, and write a letter to my sweet friend in California. Now off to the right, on the right-hand shutter, I will be adding an absolute must that I think every gardener should have. And that is a gardening hat. I wanted mine to have a black sash. And then I added a drippy taper candle and placed some more taper candles in the basket as well. Wonderful elements inside this potting shed vignette. All the things that I love, all the way down to the drippy taper candle. And here we have the Little Blue Fly's potting shed, filled with all the many things that bring me joy. It's perfect, just perfect.